Go ahead.
Oh, did you say that on the air?
I would
No?
like to
Yeah, you
direct
did.
this to the distinguished members of the panel. You lousy corksuckers, you have violated my fucking rights. This salmon-batching country was founded so that the liberties of common patriotic citizens
Like
me
ourselves.
could not be taken away by a bunch of fucking ice whores like yourselves.
Like MTG. Everybody, welcome back to Nothing Alive. I'm the J. Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker, and
wanna
it
read
is
that?
hot as balls in here. Yes, this is a tweet from one Justin O'Donnell, Subversive. See, this is child abuse,
Effing child abuse.
and I'll die on this hill. Anyone else have trouble convincing your teen kids to continue transitioning? My 14-year-old daughter, AMAB, that's assigned male at birth, has started refusing her estradiol, so I've been crushing the pills and putting it in her cereal in the morning. I'm not sure why she doesn't want to take her pills anymore.
Martial law. That's why. Anyway, I just had that. Oh, God. I am the J. Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
All right.
And
I made a mistake. Now, look, I'm not really big on Arizona, except that they're right next door. And they seem to be chock full of QAnon people. So
their brains are cooked like scrambled eggs.
This little bit is titled, I Made a Mistake. Now, Ron Watkins is running for like the congressional second in Arizona, of course. He runs a platform called, it's called something else, but it's basically what used to be 8chan. So there's like 2chan, 4chan, 8chan. These are open forums for people to share conspiracy theories and bitch about women and stuff.
Incels.
They're incels. That's right.
Well, this guy looks like an incel.
So you want to see a little Ron Watkins action? Here. This guy's great. I think I have it right here. Nope. Do I?
No.
I don't. All right. Oh, it's audio only. Okay. Fine. Back to martial law. Back to martial law. This guy, he basically blames QAnon. He comes out and he says, okay, this is his run up right here. Look at this toad. I thought I had this.
He looks like he has the glasses and
I thought
nose.
I had this saved. No, I did not.
Okay, but you were going to do audio only on this,
audio,
I remember, because it's just one little thing.
Yeah, it is. But I'll put where is it? Right here. I want to hear what this guy has to say. Well, okay. Here it is. Let me see. Wow, I am not good at this anymore. Here it is.
Got off to a very start. Now,
that's how I should do it.
What do you think, Ron?
I support military.
Correct. This is fascinating. Check this out.
Military aid to Ukraine. What do you think, Ron?
I support military aid to Ukraine, but I want to say that we would not even be in Ukraine if President Biden did not shut down the Keystone Pipeline on the first day.
What?
What the fuck did you just say?
This is another scenario where somebody is drawing parallels between things that are utterly ridiculous.
Look at the look on this man's face. This man is like, what did you just say?
Who was it that was saying that there was a correlation between transgenderism and inflation?
I'm not sure, but it sounds about right.
It was Ben Shapiro, was it?
Oh, maybe. It sounds like
Was not completed. And there are actually sections of it that were destroyed. And I went down to those sections and I asked the locals, how did this section of the border wall get destroyed?
Right.
And they told me that Biden sent the Army Corps of Engineers down there to destroy the border wall for flood prevention issues.
He saw him, but wait, it gets better.
I went down there and I saw with my own eyes, I saw the coyotes sitting right across the border. The coyotes looked me in the eyes and they ran away.
That's what usually happens with me when I see coyotes on the street. They usually do run away because I'm big and intimidating.
Immigration at the border solved. We sent a keyboard warrior. We sent incel keyboard warrior. And they're like, oh, no bueno, no bueno.
Oh, I thought he meant actual coyotes because they always run away from me. I'm joking, but of course. But see them trotting down the street in my neighborhood.
Smell the menstruation.
Yeah.
This guy's great. So then this guy chimes in, which is great. Okay,
Still support.
this guy chimes in with.
To be charged with homicide.
Exactly. You know, that's already in our statute, the Arizona statute.
Now this is another guy running against it. These guys are running against each other. This is the group that you guys got.
Try to think, but nothing happens.
A person
Seven
commits
Stooges.
abortion or kills a baby while in the womb, it's under our criminal statute. I didn't make the law up. The law has already been there. What I did was codify that law. Now, going back and changing that and amending that, what I have done is allow women to be able to seek services, counseling services for what they need. Now, here's the deal.
Oh, you're pregnant? Go on down to the beach and
I'm going to shame you. That's basically
run
what.
your fingers, run your toes in the sand, and everything will be all right.
Yeah.
But
join
I
a
live
support
in
group.
Minnesota.
Right. So basically,
We'll shame you. That's
Oh, shoot.
counseling. That's pregnancy counseling. We will shame you into having the baby and
What-
call you a slut.
What's great is he calls him out, right? So this guy, Watkins, says that the Keystone XL pipeline is the reason why we're at war with Ukraine, because Russia wants to pipe their fuel like down into Nebraska, and it's like, holy Arizona, son.
More babies being aborted than born every day. Now, the problem that I see is that that is not part of the conversation. And if I have to do something to save the Black community of babies being aborted in a record
Right.
number, guess what? I'm going to do it. But we need to save all babies. When we have states like California and New York that are pushing late-term abortion, that are pushing
Wait for it. You know what's coming next,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You
He's
know-
been listening to
you
Pastor
know-
Locke.
save the Black community of babies being aborted in a record
Right.
number, guess what? I'm going to do it. But we need to save all babies. When we have states like California and New York that are pushing late-term abortion, that are pushing infanticide, and we stand and do-
and
Infanticize.
remember, no,
Infanticide. That's what we're doing.
No,
on-
he said infanticize.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, infanticize is
and remember,
it's like infanticize is like
It's time for us to take a stand for life. It's time for us to get on the side of God, and it's time for us to protect
Oh,
these children that are
fuck
being murdered in the
you.
womb.
Homicide level. How far should the pregnancy be when it's homicide? Conception?
Conception.
Conception.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
God. So
this is
he's
another
in-
guy. that's
he's
hurt.
equating an abortion at conception. He's equating destroying a zygote with killing a born baby.
But wait, it gets better because you're talking about the Keystone XL pipeline, which is basically a way to pipe oil from Canada to
Right.
where we then send it out. These guys are talking about that the Keystone XL pipeline has like destroyed gas prices in this country, and it's like it's never had an effect. It's not even
It's
in operation.
already debunked.
can you imagine?
This guy. So he brings up here. Okay.
Trump.
If you, how would you have reacted as a congressman on January 6th?
On January 6th, as a congressman, I would have texted President Trump and told him, please call this off, because it got out of hand
This is
pretty
great.
quickly.
Do you
He
think
would've
he had
just
the power to
texted
do
him.
that?
He did call it off, but he took a while to do so.
If he had the power to call it off, do you think he had the power to call it on?
Oh! Whoa! Look at the look on this chucklehead's face. Oh,
like, Kick, 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 kick.
I don't know. So he out there, and surely there must have been some kind of intel going on.
Don't call me
but
Shirley.
Intel.
I don't know. It was meant to be a peaceful protest.
How do you know?
they wanted martial law. That's what they came up with. That's what I got. This is your race in Arizona. It's a state right next to ours.
Bag of douches.
And it's largely an ashtray full of idiots.
Band name.
Yeah.
Ashtray full of idiots.
All right, what do you got for me?
Okay, we have a dick
Yeah,
nomination.
this is great. Okay, so yeah, he says the pipeline was meant to stretch 1,200 miles, carrying all of this oil, blah blah blah. President Biden revoked the key permit needed to let it go ahead. Okay, he said, I want to support military aid to Ukraine, but I want to say that we would not even be in Ukraine if President Biden hadn't shut down the Keystone pipeline. Because now that it's shut down, we have to get our oil, and we're getting it from Russia, and we're getting these problems through the Ukraine that could not have happened if Biden did not shut down the Keystone pipeline. This man sounds like a Miss Junior USA from certain Miss Junior USA from North Carolina.
You know what? It sounds like a parent who's extremely tired and hasn't gotten enough sleep and says to their kid,
Dude.
if you had gone to bed on time last night, the toilet would not be clogged.
Oh God, he's so great. Yep.
If you had eaten all your dinner,
So he
the
almost got it
car
right.
would not be broken.
So Walt Blackwell was the other gentleman that was speaking there, and he was talking about, he was like, Ukraine happened because Ukraine wanted to be a part, or it said, okay, he goes, they went through Ukraine because Ukraine didn't want to be a part of NATO. Listen, you're trying to work on a national stage, and you don't even know why the war started in Ukraine. It had nothing to do with the Keystone Pipeline. But he said Ukraine didn't want to be a part of NATO. Like, yeah, he did, dude. You were so close, Mr. Blackwell. You were Mr. Walt Blackman. You were so close.
They went into Ukraine because Ukraine didn't want to be a part of NATO.
Oops.
It's the exact opposite.
I know.
Well, that's not exactly why they went in,
Oh.
but that was
Look.
the reason given.
Baby oil turns everything into an episode of Benny Hill. That's my new thing. Just I was thinking about that. Like, I was talking to Dr. Z about playing tennis tomorrow, and I was like, I just thought, I go, oh yeah, it'll be great. Enter the Benny Hill music, like her and I playing tennis. Just like, but I imagine just baby oil everywhere. Just like
She should spray some baby oil over on
okay.
your side.
Baby oil would be great. But anyway, he was right. I made a mistake, said Watkins with his tail between his legs. All right, you ready to go?
Yep.
Go.
Okay.
The Ohio State.
All right. So this is an actual
You got
Dick
5
nominee.
minutes.
Ohio rep thinks unwanted pregnancies from rape are an opportunity for women. Okay. First of all, she's a gender traitor.
Okay. And second of all, she doesn't like I'm finding it hard to believe that she identifies as female. Because I mean, I wouldn't recognize her as one. She looks like
she's a
she
Republican.
looks like Lurch.
Yeah, she's a Republican making comments on
doesn't
women's
look like
bodies, so it's
Marshall
completely consistent with the narrative.
Yeah.
Men commenting on it.
She looks like Florida Man, the patriarch of the Florida Man.
Yeah, she kind of does.
She looks a little like this. She looks a little like that.
During a legislative hearing about state's proposed abortion ban, this is in Ohio, Ohio State Republican lawmaker Gene Schmidt suggested that pregnancy could be an opportunity for women and girls who are raped. When Democratic Rep. Richard Brown
of course,
pointed out that under the proposed bill, a 13-year-old girl would have to give birth to her rapist's baby, Schmidt said, it's a shame that it happens with the it being rape, but there's an opportunity for that woman.
That there's my girl. Anyone has sex with my sister, it's going to be me.
Said Richard Brown. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No,
said Gene Schmidt.
Gene Schmidt. But there's an opportunity for that woman, no matter how young or old she is, to make a determination about what she's going to do to help that life be a productive human being.
It's a sick world that we live in.
She then bizarrely suggested that the mom could easily choose to give the baby away, and the baby.
I have my sugar daddy.
Okay, if you keep doing that, we're not going to get through this. And the baby may go on to cure cancer. The bill, HB 598, would make abortions a felony unless the pregnancy poses a risk of injury to the death or death to the mother. But it could be an opportunity. Isn't an opportunity worth risking your life over?
Nothing. Hey, you know what? I always think of when I think of rape, I always think immediately of an opportunity for the victim.
Right.
Yeah.
11-year-old girl. That's an opportunity.
I don't think of anything else.
That's because you're a really
I'm very
forward-thinking and
progressive man.
positive.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So that is our
Roe versus Wade. I go with Roe because waiting is hard.
But it is an opportunity. Yeah. Waiting is harder than rowing. I don't know. I kind of like it, but insider reports that HB 598 hasn't.
I love this. Oh, Rep Schmidt. That's how I read.
Yeah. Insider reports that HB 598 hasn't passed either legislative chamber and would only go into effect if the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade, which it's never been closer to happening, actually.
Yeah.
So, that is our Dick nominee. We will be back with Maddie Cawth.
This segment brought to you by dailyapparelstore.com, but we'll get to that next segment. I am the Jay Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
This
Is Nothing Yet Live.
perfect.